around the other way.
So you'll be coming in the other way.
Yes.
Let's see. So you are now coming in from the southwest. Let me just make sure I know where things are. Okay. So actually, as you're coming in that direction, you actually do hear blacksmith hammers as you're coming in. As this is sort of, you're going to be coming in, sort of the corral area will be off to your right. And, where all the corrals and where you can sort of still see that big barn structure. It's a little further off, but you're coming in up the road and the corrals on that side. And it seems as though blacksmitheries have set up sort of along this entrance to, because since that's where the horses are and people's wagons are, that's the place where they've set up. You had heard them in the square before from last episode that the ringing of blacksmith, but it's certainly louder and closer here. I need you to make me another perception check. Just made it. As you walk in, you are just almost thrown into shock in a weird way. You smell something you haven't smelled in a long time. It's a very familiar, acrid smell that immediately in your memory takes you into your past. So Danny, I'm going to ask you a question as a player. This is going to bring up some of the things we discussed over the course of the week. Would you like the rest of the players to remove their headsets while we go through this scene?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. It is no doubt the tea of the moral thought.
Okay. Can I tell where it's coming from?
It smells to be coming over from your right, and potentially emanating from one of the blacksmith buildings. The buildings, it's a blacksmithery.
Oh, okay. And I'm presuming that, would all blacksmiths do shoeing?
Yes. Yeah, that's a pretty normal thing.
Okay. Then that's the blacksmith I will go to. I was going to take them to the tavern and turn them over, but seeing how they're limping, I kind of want to go ahead and get it taken care of, and this is the impetus that, okay, I'm going to do this now, and I'm going to go to that blacksmith.
Okay. So you start to approach this smithy, and it's open walls, certainly for easy access of large animals, and you hear it's an amazingly loud ringing that is of the blacksmith hammer as you walk in. It's a very clean building. There's not a lot. It's not a lot of. Some of the other smithies have works in project, old parts and things like that sort of around them. This one is just, I don't want to say immaculate, but obviously well organized, well and lovingly cared for. As you walk in, you see an enormous man, probably nearly 7.5 feet tall. He has dark, caramel-colored skin and elven features, but the proportions are just on a massive scale compared to any other elf that you've ever seen. His head is completely shaved, except for a long black top knot that falls nearly down to his waist. His skin is covered in primitive geometric and swirling tattoos that, while not the same as yours, are very similar to your tattoos, as though almost a primitive version. Just for reference, they look very much like some of the Hawaiian Maori tattoos. This most certainly is what you had heard from the Sail Sioux tribe as a Tundra Elf.
I don't know how to react.
He sort of sees your pause and he nods at you, seeing your tattoos, just a silent acknowledgement, and sort of tilts his head where you see a small teapot and 2 cups set out, from which the smell of the moral thaw is coming from. How you like my poker face now?
Yeah. No pitch. Okay. After the initial, shock take, he's just, I'm gonna just huge smile. I mean, it's, this personification of home.
Yeah.
And a legend living in front of me. Mm-hmm. I guess he almost feels a little like Iska right now, just a little giddy. But horses. Step forward. And we hadn't discussed what the formal greeting would be, but I will do what formal greeting I would give.
Yep.
Because we talked about it, but we hadn't said anything.
Right.
Just say, these horses need care. Can you help?
Of course I will help. Let me finish here. And please, any notions, help yourself while you wait. We will talk as soon as the horses are cared for.
I nod my head and bow and get the horses set in where he indicates, and then go over and take the tea as appropriate.
Yep. So yes, this is daily tea, but as you bring it up to your nose and to your lips, you remember how long it's been, even though you yourself have some, but to have taken the time to enjoy it, and certainly enjoy it in the company of someone who understands the journey that you have taken. So while you are processing and enjoying tea, I'm going to get everyone else back on and we're going to move on, but we'll be back.
Okay.